Hey guys, we're gonna make another update now. I keep saying that I'm gonna make one and then I don't feel like it. Sometimes I'll get a comment from somebody and I'll be like, yeah, I need to make another video. But then when I'm in front of the tank, I just look at it and I just don't feel like making videos. I just stare at it. But a couple things to change maybe, but I've collected some more local plants. Got some hair grass, this little weird flat grass aerial looking plant. The only reason I put that in there is because I've got a couple other ones and they are growing. So hard to tell the difference between what's what in here, but there's some long flowy grass in here that's green that goes up like that. And I got some of that before and it was this kind right here. So I got a couple more in here to see if they grow as well as that one did. Some of my other collected ones that I gotten are these orange ones here, which are similar to the ones I collected back here that you see the pink ones here. I collected those. These are similar to these, but not as large. They're smaller. And I did trim these guys and let them grow back again. And you see this one here with the rigid texture. I collected that one. There's a couple of those in there. I collected them before, but they died off. But this time, this seems to be holding. New growth has a little bit of red in it. Some more of my local collected ones. This Sagittaria, this purple one. This green one that's poking out at the top. I collected those too. And it looks like this little green thick blade grass one right here. That is another local collected one. And when I collect them, they're kind of a reddish green. And I'll collect something and see if it grows aquatic or not. Sometimes it doesn't, it just dies, but like you can see that probably just a lawn weed, but I collected it, so we'll see what happens. And this one, another little local plant. So that's some of the local ones. I don't know if I showed this Buse the last time, but this is my favorite one right now. This is a rainbow marble. My other little Buse patch back there is doing good. These guys. So in this tank, any Buse that I have that turns like blue or purple does really good. But if it's a Buse or a Nubius, if it's supposed to stay green, then I'll have problems with it. Like you can see, some of this Anubias, I got a little bit of the algae on it. Hard to see, hard to focus on this camera, but I got one little fluff of algae there in between that Buse. I gotta pull that out, but I think that came from something else. These little Buse though, they're doing good, but the Buse that I have that are like supposed to be green, these were called Blue Sky behind the Ritalas here, and they get like little brown holes in them. Any Buse or Anubius is supposed to be green. I guess it's just gonna do that in my tank. I do good with anything that's gonna be dark. With flamingos and stuff, they do okay. My crypts, the flamingos and different things, they're doing good. I did get some Marsilea crenata. I got one pot of it from my local fish store, and I put it like in between all the crypts here to see how it grows. And, I don't always do so hot growing Marsilea, but you know, it's about time to try again. Let's see how these little crypts and stuff are doing back here. That one stem of Rotala Kramer back there, it's splitting off into different ones. That's Rotala Ramsor Kramer. Oh, my Rotala OJs, they're grown in. You can see they look pretty good. Next to the little Buse. And some colors back there. I got 2 stems of Rotala Mexicana Araguaya way in the back. I thought that I lost those. They just grew back out of nowhere. What happened was I had some miscellaneous plants back here in the back that were real big, and I trimmed all of them off and did a reset on it. I just knocked everything down, and then some plants I didn't think I had anymore grew back out of them. So I guess they were just shaded. This is another one that I collected local, so I don't know if it's gonna really grow or not, but I mean, it's pretty. Somebody could be watching this video and be like, ha ha, and laughing like, oh, that's a such and such weed. It's a terrestrial plant. Like, but I don't know what all the plants are, so if it looks like it might grow aquatic, or I hope it does, I will try it. I will collect it. The Reinekis back here, they're doing good, but I do need to reset them. Because you see the leaves that have some of the brown? You know, some of the older, lower leaves that don't really get circulation. I've just been blowing it off because it's painful to do, but I need to, I guess, go back in there and just clip all of them off. You know, like how I trim my Rotalas, just clip all the way across at an even level so they can just grow back. I've been putting it off because basically they'll all just be gone. I hate doing a reset on stems. Taking all those pretty stems and just knocking all of them down like that. It's kind of hard to do. And then you want to keep all the ones that you trimmed off, but you don't really have space for them. But I mean, it's got to be done. This hair grass that I found, it's hard to see. It looks really bad, but some of the little tops, when you get dwarf hair grass immersed, it will have little like seed dots at the top, and how tall those are, how long they are, usually kind of shows how about kind of sort of if you take the length, if you find dwarf hair grass immersed and it's like this long with seeds at the top, it's going to be around that or a little shorter usually when you grow it submerged. This one was that tall with seeds at the top, so it might be a shorter version like I found near my Walmart the last time. A couple years ago near my Walmart, I found a dwarf hair grass, and it grew back very, very, very short. It was very compact, like the Tropica Elaeocaris Parvula or Acicularis mini. Oh, here's another one that I found. You guys can laugh at me or tell me if you have seen this, if it's not aquatic. I'm sure it's not, but let me see if I can find one to zoom. This little plant. Very hard to see in here. I don't know, they had round leaves and they're like all buse colored and stuff. Really neat. But I put a couple of those in there. Well, that's it. So that's it for an update on this thing. Pretty much. Oh well, I forgot. I got an Oase Thermo 350 to put in here because my the flow switch was broken, and so the button that you push to release the quick release didn't work, so I had to remove that and just leave it like this. But the Eheim was on this tank, so I've needed for a long time because it's a pain to switch it off to unconnect it. I don't have any quick taps for it, so when I go to unconnect it, this filter for maintenance, I always have to unplug it, turn it off, then I take out the lily pipes, lift them up, and then put the lily pipes over into a bucket and let the water siphon into that, and then pull the connector off, and then I would have to service the filter. And these filters, the Eheim, they're good, but this one, the Oase, it has a pre-filter thing that's really long, that's in the middle here, that goes to the bottom, and it has like 4 or 5 foam rings on it, like foam sponges. And so you can turn the filter off and you can release this. It's got a quick release for this to come right out, and this quick release, which is also a primer button, that you can pull the whole thing, lift it out, and you could clean those pre-filter sponges and your regular trays, which I think there was 4 trays in there or 5. Your trays, your regular trays, which in this one just the trays, but in this one the trays, from what everyone tells me that has one, is the trays don't really get that dirty because your pre-filter sponges get clogged, and you pull that out and you just squeeze those out and put it back, and it really cuts down on. So maybe every couple of months you take the pre-filter sponges out and squeeze them out and put them back, and only have to rinse the rest of it maybe every few months. So that's really great. And I just use the same lily pipes and the same hoses. The Oase came with a spray bar, so I put the spray bar on here. It's ugly. Scare these guys. So the 38 gallon finally has a good filter. It had a little aqua clear on the back powering this whole thing. Now it's got the Eheim. It's got the spray bar. I mean, the filter is a little ugly back there. I don't really see it because I just look at the tank, but I need to make a black background for it and it'll hide that. And I just scared the hell out of these guys. Turning the light on, it doesn't come on till a little bit later. But that's about it. This is still doing good. This does still, when I switched out the canister to the new Oase, it still does have the same inflow, and the inflow is still a skimmer inflow, and it still is running down into under gravel plate. The under gravel plates, which there's the little head on this side. So it's still got the little like plenum system in the back, in the bottom, because underneath it is barely a little bit of flow that goes slowly under the whole thing. So this whole thing and the mountain that it's built on is built over plates that do have bags of biomedia over the plates with kitty litter, and then the aqua soil, then some more kitty litter, and then it's a sand cap. And I did just tab it. I don't use regular root tabs usually. I mean, sometimes I do. Sometimes I use Sarah root tabs, sometimes Seachem. This time I did osmocote again. So I just took some osmocote plus, and I took like over here, like for the crypt flamingos, I take like one osmocote plus ball and go like between these two. Then over here next to these two, I'll put one osmocote ball, and then like maybe right here, here, just one ball each, about this far under the substrate, when my pin sets go that low, I just use these to judge. These are what I use for everything. These are JBL, I think they're called JBL Pro Tools 2 or something like that. But this is the same one Philippe Oliveira uses, and he was talking about it on a video, and I've been looking for some good ones, so I got that. But they're good for putting things deep, like one osmocote ball, and I'll just go until it's this deep or so. That way it's deep enough. And then one gel cap that the osmocote balls came in from eBay. One gel cap with like maybe 4 or 5 little balls in it. I'll plug like by this Rosen Maiden or something. So I mean, you see, that's a big hardy plant. It really needs it. And maybe like between these crypt green auriculatas, these green ones, back here by the Crypta Vita Costada, something like that. I really like these Sagittarias, and they're like a nice pinkish purple, but I'm probably gonna take them out because the grand scheme of things, they don't go with it. I mean, they're okay, they just don't really go with it too well with everything in here. They kind of in the way, you know what I mean? I think some people look at this scape saying, wow, that's cool, and other people are gonna be like, that doesn't go there. That's how I am. I will be like, well, it's cool, but if that wasn't there, I mean, it looks pretty good. Oh yeah, and this pot, you guys, if you've been watching my videos from a long time ago, you'll know that I love Rotala green. So I've got orange juice, and now I just bought a little patch of green. It said Rotala green, so it better be green, because sometimes the store I got this one from does a lot of mislabels. My local fish store, my mom and pops, doesn't mislabel anything, but the store I got this one from, I'll buy something from them and it'll say it's a Grandulosa, and then it'll turn out to be like a Reuben, or it'll say Rotala green, and then it'll start turning pink, because I guess the guy planting them pulls them out of the packages, pull 5 or 6 out of the packages, and then plant 5 or 6 of them, and then look at it and say, oh, I think this was this one and this was that one. Like, that's not the way to go. Like, you should not mislabel plants. I mean, although it doesn't matter, they are pretty, but if someone buys a plant species thinking it's something smaller and they put it in an area that's supposed to be small and it turns out to be something huge, it's not, that's not great. Or if they start trying to sell it or something, they think it's something else. But yeah, anyways, that Rotala green, I'll mix it in by the orange juice. I'll probably just take out the Sagittarius, put the Rotala green there, and everything's pretty good. I got a little bit of algae on the wood here, down here, but it is what it is. So anyways, I know this update was really long, but I haven't really talked about a lot of things like this in a while, and sometimes it's kind of hard to think of what to talk about, but I think I explained some things pretty well. And like you guys have already covered, this is T5, a T5 high output unit. This unit is 36 inches long, which is hard to find, and I found it on Amazon. It's a cheap Odyssey. It was only like 100 and something for the unit. It came with some 6500K bulbs, which I replaced with 4 different colors, bulbs that I wanted. And I know it looks real purple, but it doesn't look as purple in real life. On camera, it looks super purple. Anyways, so that was the update. A really long one, 20 minutes.